What's the deal? It's your boy J Mike, Mr. Athletic over everything. No hobbies, only obsessions. I'm in one of my man caves as I make this little video, and I got to thinking, right? Trying to figure out what's going on, what's wrong with the sport card community as a whole. You know, I think there's a bunch of different issues that need to be tackled, but you're starting to hear more and more people complaining about certain things that are happening now. Josh Luber doing a break with the Backyard Breakers. And this kind of was a tilting point for me because I had to realize what people are looking for in terms of, like, you know, Fanatics came in, basically bought the hobby. They want to bring it to a new height, a new level. And the one big element is not just kids, it's cool. I think the Zero Cool movement has a lot to do with them saying there's nothing cool about the hobby, or however y'all talk about the community. If you think about it, hip-hop is the largest genre in the world right now. It sells the most records. They make the most money off of hip-hop. Hip-hop is culture. Culture is hip-hop. What they're trying to do now is create a culture. And the problem with the culture now is too old. You have too many 40-year-olds. You have too many 35-year-olds. You have too many super conservative Karens in the hobby. And I always say hobby. I don't look at it as a hobby. I look at it more as an obsession. But I'm saying this to say that the only way you're going to get this to the mainstream is if you make it to where they see people that they think are cool. If you look at, for the most part, the people who have clout in the community now are people who wouldn't have clout or voice in no other situation. In no younger genre or community, the old people lead. Now, if you look at something like sneakers, the people who lead in sneakers, for the most part, are older. But if you think about it, they're super cool. They're Rolexed out, diamond chains. They're very visible, very vibrant, very, very alive. You have some guys who are in the community now who are in their 40s, and they're great. They're great individuals. They put up great content, but it's not hip. It's not cool. It's not popping. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the disconnect. The Backyard Breaker dudes, I think, are idiots. I think they are just wild and just doing wild shit, and it's very reckless, it's irresponsible, but it's young. It's young energy, and that young energy, I think, is what needs to get put into the community. It's just far too old. You hear people, and I've been guilty of this as well, is that, you know, the flippers, you know, I didn't like the flippers, but I didn't like the flippers because I don't like the fact they don't have a connection to the cars. I want people who are involved in the process. You know what I'm saying? The people who care about their collections, people who care about what the card meant. What's the card number? What, like the Bo Jackson Upper Deck 1991 Upper Deck 744 card when he went to the White Sox. I remember, and I could be wrong about that number, but I remember certain cards. You know, the 1991 Kevin Moss, the 1990 Kevin Moss, the Nolan Ryan Tuxedo card, Stadium Club, the 1986, you know, Don Russ rated rookie Jose Canseco. I wanted people to have that type of passion, but that's not where it's at. It's fast. And if you look at it, the guys who are doing very well, who've come in, they're coming in from the sneaker community. The sneaker community is all about cool. I'm about to give an example. You can look at the starter kit from a guy who's going to wipe out the shelves at Walmart. He's going to have a hoodie on, he's going to have some dirty blue jeans and some beat up New Balances, right? And he's going to have his baseball cap on. It doesn't look like that guy has a girlfriend. It doesn't look like that guy is showered. It doesn't look like that guy is fresh. It doesn't look like anything. They have like a certain stigma to it. When you look at the sneaker flippers, when you're waiting in line and you camp out for sneakers, everybody's in the line fresh to death. Everybody got fresh kicks on from what dropped last week, or they got the shoes that are dropping that they're waiting in line for on. You know what I'm saying? It's more stylish, it's more progressive. And I think that's what's gonna be needed in order for it to actually take off. Like they're using and they're trying to find spokesmen who are cool, right? Like, look at it like this. Drake, greatest artist in the world right now, right? But Drake is corny. Drake is not viewed as cool in hip hop. He's viewed as very talented, but he's not one of those dudes. He doesn't have a certain element that a lot of people are looking for in terms of hip hop. For me, if I was going after someone in hip hop to get into cards, and I was looking at someone in that older type person with the type of money needed to purchase some of these larger cards, I would be going at Puff Daddy. I'll be going at Jay-Z, even a 50 Cent even. You know, that street element in terms of hip hop, I think could help push and make it to where it's really considered cool. You got people now who are still like, man, why y'all messing with that? That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? You look at these people like they don't have a real life. It's very few of the guys that you see who are in the forefront who are married, who have girlfriends. The Backyard Breaker dudes look like they're going out to college frat parties and smashing mad chicks. They look like they're living the life. They look like they're living the life of young men. And I think that's what is driving people to them. It's because it's like, yo, I can collect cards. I can still be cool. I can still be you know, I think it's more of an element. And I'm not saying that it's 100% correct. I'm just saying that the energy that they're putting out there, it makes it easier for you to digest what they're doing. Have they done some fuck shit? Yes. The thing with the Trevor Lawrence card was complete fuck shit. They probably just overspoke their bounce. They shouldn't have been in that position. But now they were able to move past that, and now they're moving on to bigger and better things. I think there are just too many older people in control, or they feel their control is leaving them. With Fanatics coming on, you're going to see a lot more representation of younger and the youth. You're going to see that, and it's not going to be the same old registry guys who are, you know, trying to get their 1959 Topps, you know, football set completed. It's not going to be those guys. They're going to try to get, you know, the guy who owns Fanatics, Ruben. He is best friends with Meek Mill. He's friends with Lil Baby. He's friends with James Harden. He's very aware of what's going on in the younger demographic, and I think that's what they're going to switch to. And if you think about it, I'm in a room right now with probably close to $500,000 worth of cards in here. Would I have been able to have these cards if I wasn't older? No. I was buying graded cards in 2010 when no one was buying cards. I amassed a collection. When the market boomed, I had cards left that I sold, and I was able to make a bit of money and then start trying to buy some of the newer stuff now. So it's like the people who have some of the big cards and have the money to afford these large collections, I think the fact that they're just not cool people, I think is what's hurting the hobby, if you want to, or the community. You got guys like FD, who's an amazing content guy. He's giving you a certain level of content that if you're looking for a certain sophistication in your content, you can go to his page. You have who's in his 40s, like 46 or something like that. You have Flippin' Steve. Flippin' Steve is hilarious. He's an older guy who gets it. You hear him talk about playing basketball and trying to, you know, keep up with some of the younger guys. You can just hear that he has an ear for what's going on. He's in the casinos. He's probably hearing conversations of younger people, so he has a better grasp of what's going on. And I think going forward, I think these younger guys who are coming up, they're going to take over due to the fact that they now have the cards. They didn't have to get the 1950 whatever to build their collection. They were able to go to 2017 Patrick Mahomes and Luka Doncic rookie cards and Zion rookies and things of that nature to build their portfolios, and now they're running with it. They're hustling, they're flipping. And I think as older people in the community, we have to take a step back and let them do their thing. If they're wrong, we'll be there with larger pockets to buy up their mistakes, and they'll learn from their mistakes later. But you have to allow it to grow. It's just too old. So I honestly believe that Zero Cool is more of a shot at the culture where it is now. I will get more into this because this is part 1. I'm gonna probably do 6 parts to what's wrong with the community, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, later.